Hello, everybody, everyone. It is me, Lex, and I'm here with a movie review. If you have not already, please subscribe and hit those notification bells if you have not already, please. And if you would like to book me directly for your own personal reading, coaching, classes, courses, you can do so on the website. The link is in the description as well as the community tab. If you have any questions about my products or services, you can message me directly through live chat on my website, as well as send an email through the contact form. All right, y'all, let's get into this. This movie, Tarot. Okay, when I saw the trailer for the movie, I knew it was going to be utter crap. Okay, because this is what the film industry in Hollywood tends to do. They tend to demonize spirituality and things that are not even remotely evil, and they turn it into evil. This is what I'm saying. All right. Tarot, if y'all been rocking with me for a while, y'all may have heard this already, okay? If you have not, I do a quick class on tarot, and I do an in-depth class if you were interested in learning how to read tarot, all right? But traditionally, tarot is just a regular card game, just like you play poker, just like you play chess, just like you play spades, like you play Uno, like you play hearts, like you play gin rummy, okay? It is a card game. The deck is 78 cards in the tarot deck, okay? There are 4 suits, swords, cups, wands, and pentacles, okay? Earth, air, fire, and water. All the 4 elements, okay? You have a traditional playing card deck. You got your hearts, your spades, your diamonds, your clubs, okay? Those are your 4 suits. So there's 4 suits in the deck. But in a traditional deck of cards, like your Maverick, your blackjack, your bicycle, whatever, you have jokers. Okay, so instead of jokers, there is actually a fool card that resembles what would be considered the joker in a traditional playing card deck. But in tarot, there are 22 major arcana, which are considered trump cards, which would be like jokers. And every card has a meaning. Okay, and depending on your trump card, it's how you direct the game. Just like you play Monopoly or any other card, like whoever leads, whatever card you lead with, the rest of the players, and it's going to be 4, just like if you're playing spades and you go, instead of, you're going to go counterclockwise, okay? Just like you would spades, right? So you go to your right. Same thing with the game of tarot. All right, so let's just clear that up. And it was invented back in like 1400 something at that, okay? It was not used as a form of divination until like the 18th, 19th century, okay? So they were not created for the purpose that most people are using them for today. So I want to put that out there foremost and clearly. Okay. And if you have also been rocking with me, you know that my gift, my main gift, my most prominent gift is going to be sight. I go by what I see. And for me, that comes in a form of dreams, what we would consider in, because I grew up Southern Baptist, what we would consider visions or prophecy, or symbolism. Okay. But there's something that I see, and what I see is going to speak to me in a way to let me know I need to pay more attention to this. Look at this and see me, and God's way of, hey, look at this and hear me, because that's his way of getting my attention, is by bringing something to my eye. All right. There's other gifts that I have. I'll get into those. I've got into those in another video. I don't want to spread this out too long. But nonetheless, tarot is not what these people are making it. First of all, the cards themselves were absolutely bogus and made to be portrayed and illustrated as unnecessarily hideous and scary for no reason. Okay? The real cards do not look that way. The traditional tarot do not look that way. They look like everyday regular people like you and I doing stuff. Not all this skeleton bone and blood and guts and all the stuff that was made to be in that movie, okay? And then the movie starts out like sleepaway camp. The like first thing, like soon as it turned on, like when I saw the trailer, I knew it was gonna be crap. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it, give it a fair chance, so I can give my full, honest review about what I picked out. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I blanked out in several areas of that movie, especially when the so-called reading started to play out. It's like, okay, whatever. That's not even what that card meant. But whatever. So it starts out like sleepaway camp, and I'm probably giving my age away a little bit if y'all remember sleepaway camp, because it's a bunch of teenagers, bunch of young adults, kids, whatever. They out in the woods around this campfire. It's a few couples. They try to make it modern, couple of same-sex couples. What you may refer to as the alphabet people. I'm not trying to be offensive when I say that, but whatever they refer to themselves as, I don't know your life. So I'm just saying, couple of couples, and then one of the couples were broken up before they went on this trip. And then they find these so-called tarot cards. They found a box of cards. Okay, I'm not even going to call them tarot cards because they were not. They found a box of cards, and one of the campers or residents of the vacation or whatever, she was able to so-called read these cards. Now, there was another thing that I will say that I found absolutely atrocious in this movie is that they equated tarot to astrology. Absolutely the F not. That is not what they were made to be. Now, I know as time has progressed and people have read cards, they assign elements and star signs to certain cards. But again, tarot was meant to be a regular card game to be played. Okay, they were not created with any zodiac sign, horoscope, or none of that astrology mess in mind. And I'm not saying mess that I don't believe in it and I don't follow some of it, because a lot of astrology I do incorporate in my readings. But what I'm saying is the two are not the same. They are not one and the same. And that was another problem I had with this movie, is that they made tarot and astrology seem to be one and the same. And they are totally different. There is nothing. I have my Gilded Tarot deck right here. And you can see they have been very well used and well loved, because baby girl be doing her readings. And they are depicted as regular, everyday people doing stuff that is one of your court cards. This would be considered a jack. Okay, a knight will be considered a jack. And then you have your Fool card. This is one of the cards that they actually pulled in the movie, and I made a note about this. So the Fool card, they I forgot what kind of crap or demonistic thing they had on it, but the Fool card is about stepping out on faith and trusting new beginnings and trusting your intuition and not being a fool and not being afraid to try something new. That's what Fool means, okay? Another thing, there were some reversals in the movie, which some readers do read reversals when they use tarot to divine or do readings. I do not. Why I don't is because there are 78 dang cards. And I feel like the cards mean what the cards mean. I don't need the card to be reversed. If spirit wants me and God wants me to tell you a message, the proper card will come out, not a card that means one thing in reverse. I don't have time to be learning reversals. I ain't got time for that. It is what it is. And y'all know Lex is an upfront. I'm a straight shooter. I'm a no fluff type reader. It is what it is. The card said what the card said. And another thing I'm going to say about that, because this was meant to be a card game and it was not meant to be a form of divination. It later on began used to be that way. It takes someone who is actually and truly gifted to be able to take a tool. People can use tarot as a tool, okay? Because it is not, there's no spirit in these cards. There's no spirit in this card. It is a piece of paper with an image printed on it, just like an Uno card or a deck of playing cards. There's no spirit in cards. That's another misconception with tarot. People tell you, oh, well, that's the devil, that's evil. Ain't no spirit in these cards. It's just cards, because it's meant to be a game. But if me, as someone who has a gift, can look at the images and see something in order to help someone, then that's a completely different story. Okay. And that's why I say you have to have the gift. If you don't have the gift, then you memorizing someone who took these cards and assigned a meaning to them. Someone took these cards and assigned a meaning to them and you memorized it, does not make you a reader. It makes you someone who can memorize cards and information. You have to actually possess the true gift, because I can pull the Seven of Swords, for example. He looks very devious. He looks very sneaky. But there's a lot of things about the Seven of Swords. Depending on the question that was asked to me, I can be asked a couple of different questions, and the Seven of Swords can come out for that card. I can look at this card and I can say, you know what, this is someone who is sneaky. This is someone who is trying to steal intellectual property as his own. This could be someone who is taking their own thoughts and abilities, because maybe they're working at a job and they're trying to bring new ideas and processes to that job, but the powers that be don't want to hear him. So he's taking his ideas elsewhere and he's leaving that job behind. Okay. You may be taking your own peace of mind from a romantic relationship and leaving that. Okay. You could be taking something from someone else, but nevertheless, swords represents mental. This is air. Okay. And like I said, it depends. It depends on the question. And like I said, just looking at that picture, I see so many different things, and it depends on the question that I'm being asked as to how I interpret that one card. Okay. Next thing, the spread that the young lady did in the movie is made up. I've never seen anything like that. The way that she did that spread would be as if she was doing a birth chart. Okay. Your birth chart and the signs in which you were born. You have your sun sign, because they mention a bunch of the star signs. Your star sign and your sun sign, those are like synonymous. Okay. So your sun sign or star sign is the actual sign that you were born under based on the Western zodiac. And you can look those dates up. That is based specifically on your date and most likely the most prominent personality that you have. Then you have your moon sign, which is your emotions and how you deal with them. You have your Venus, which is how you deal with romantic relationships. You have your rising, which is how other people perceive you. Okay? And all of those placements will fall in that circle. And it starts with Aries and ends with Pisces. Okay, Aries is the first zodiac, and then Pisces is the 12th house. And so when she was going around in that circle, she placed them as if it was zodiac. But tarot in astrology are not one and the same. Okay, so BS. Straight BS. Okay. What else did I say? I made some notes here. Spread was made up. The interpretations of the cards were mostly bogus. A couple of them were true. I don't remember which ones. A couple of the cards had a little bit of the traditional meanings that were assigned to them, but most of them were garbage. Let me see. I already mentioned the Fool, the High Priestess. I didn't even write down what she said because it was complete utter crap. But I remember she mentioned the Fool. She mentioned the Magician. She mentioned the High Priestess that I remember. I know there were a few others. Probably the Hermit. I don't remember, but I wrote down like as I was watching, because again, I'm trying to get things just to let you know, like this is just trash. Okay, so the Fool, like I said, stepping out on faith, believing in something, believing in yourself, and embracing new beginnings. High Priestess actually is someone who reveals truth. High Priestess does not cause harm. High Priestess is like your intuition speaking to you. High Priestess is going to illuminate everything that someone is trying to cover up. Okay. High Priestess is your inner self, your inner knowing. Okay. Your inner self, your inner knowing, your intuition that's going to speak through, that's going to reveal truth. The Magician, okay, is a card. And again, depending on the question and when this card comes up, has several meanings. Same thing with the other two. It's going to depend on the question. But if you look at traditionally what has been assigned to these cards, it's not what was spoken in this movie. Okay. The Magician is depicted by usually a man, could be a woman, depending on the specific deck, because there's several interpretations of tarot. There's several decks with different illustrations and colors, and some are a lot more whimsical, like my Angel Tarot here, versus like a traditional tarot, like your Rider-Waite or your Gilded Tarot, which has like actual human beings. All right. But the Magician is usually going to be depicted as a man or a woman, mostly a man, that has all of the four suits. It's going to have a pentacle, a sword, a wand, and a cup. All right. All the elements, all of the suits, your mind, your heart, your physical, material things, and actions that you would take, which would be wands or fire. Okay. It represents someone who has all of the resources they need to achieve a goal. It's literally that person depicted with all of the elements in their hands or in front of them on a table. You have all the tools that you need to make whatever you need to make happen. If it's a love situation, sometimes that if the Magician comes up in a love situation, they might be a player. They might have a couple of different ways in order to persuade you or to convince you to do what they want you to do, or they may have multiple players on their team. All right. Also, the acting was garbage. And they mentioned something about Hungarian tarot. Now, Hungarian tarot is not traditional. Originally, tarot, if I'm not mistaken, was found in Italy. Okay, the actual game was developed and started and printed in Italy. But there is a similar game that is called Hungarian tarot, and that is I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how it looks to me. It's Hungarian Tarokk. All right. The difference between Hungarian tarot or whatever how you pronounce it is that instead of the swords, cups, wands, and pentacles, they have the clubs, hearts, diamonds, and spades, like a traditional deck of playing cards. But they also have the 22 major arcana. Okay, so they have the 22 trump cards, and then they have the 4 suits instead of, like I said, the the swords, cups, wands, and pentacles. They have the clubs, hearts, diamonds, and spades. All right. So that is my quick synopsis of this movie. Again, I say this with the most sincerity I can ever say. And I want people to realize that there are gifts that are out there. Where do you think they came from? Because especially my Christian people, they love to condemn something they don't know how to do or they don't understand. Who you think these people got the gifts from? Again, like I said, anybody can pick up a book and memorize it. It's people out here that pick up the Bible and can't read, haven't read a day in their life. They can't read. They memorize it. And you can memorize a meaning that's assigned to a card. But again, that's not why the card was made. It takes someone with a true gift who is able to actually decipher and use a deck of cards or any other tool, whether it be a pendulum, whether it be runes, whether it be bones, whether it be Uno, whether it be playing cards, tarot cards, or any other tool. It takes someone with a true gift to be able to use it accurately and to be able to discern what is what. Okay. So quit believing the hype. All right. Any tool can be used. If you ain't got the gift, then you're going to be looking silly. Okay. Anybody can memorize something. But if you ain't got the gift, baby, it ain't for you. I mean, you may be helpful in a certain extent, but the cards mean what the cards mean. Just like I said earlier when I said I don't read reversals. I don't have to read reversals. It's 78 cards in a deck. Why I need to read reversals? The cards that it said, what Nene Leakes on not Love and Hip Hop. It was Housewives of Atlanta. I said what I said. These cards said what they said. You just got to be able to read them. And that movie was trash to the max. And I need y'all to stop letting the film industry and Hollywood demonize something that is so innocent, something that is so pure. And if it is or has been used for evil or has been made evil, it's because of the heart of the person. It's because of the heart of the reader, not because of the deck of cards. Again, paper don't have spirit. Cards are paper. Paper don't have spirits in it. And I'm going to leave y'all with that right there. All right, y'all. If you like a reading from me, I may or may not even pick up these cards. It's going to depend on your question. Again, like I said, you got to actually have a gift. You got to know what you're talking about. You got to walk it like you're talking and not just memorize something. So if you actually want a reading from me, I would love to assist you. I would love to help you. Please go onto the website and book that for me. You can, and if you have questions about any of the products or services, please message me live. Keep in mind that I am in the USA Eastern time zone. Okay. So I'm not going to be up all night messaging y'all live. It's not going to happen. So during the day, if you send a message, most likely you're going to get a message back from me fairly quickly. But the best way to do it, if you do not leave a comment on a video or something like that, is to send me a message through the contact form on my website, and I will get right back to you. Okay, loves? So, yeah, that's it. I'm just looking through my notes just to see if I missed anything. I don't think I missed anything. It really, like I said, the movie was so shallow, so stereotypical, like stereotypical bull-ish. Like, yeah. I mean, watch it if you want to, but it was stupid to me. And I knew it was going to be stupid when I saw the trailer. The acting and the actual execution of it told me exactly what I thought it was going to be. I was not shocked or surprised at all. It was very much stereotypical Hollywood demonizing BS. And this crap has to stop. It has to stop. We us who know, and we got to help those who don't know. And if you don't know, don't speak on what the F you don't know. Quit talking about something is evil and it's something when you don't know what you're talking about. You can't speak on something that you don't know how to do. You can't tell, just like somebody who was, let's say that you were in a job and you've been doing that job for 20 years, and then somebody come in here fresh out of high school or college. And it's like, you can't tell me how to do this job. I've been doing this job for 30 years. Now they may be giving you new methods, or there may be some new software, some new technology or something like that. But nonetheless, you have been running and doing this job effectively and efficiently for the past 30 years without all of what this new stuff is. The other stuff should just make what you already know better. It should not tell you something that it is not. That is like a nurse telling a computer scientist, a master of computer science, what to do. That's like a brain surgeon telling someone at NASA how to land a spacecraft on the moon. You don't know what the F you talking about. So stop it. Stop it. And I'm going to end it there. Love y'all. Bye.